Preeti, if you can hear me, today the parliament is being inaugurated, and at the backdrop we see the protesters, the wrestlers rather, they've given a call for a protest march to the parliament. No way we can see that they can actually escape the security. But what do you have to say? That the protesters have a legit demand that they want action against Brijbhushan Sharan Singh. He also will be present inside the parliament today, Preeti. And despite so, the protest is not going to happen. But what do you have to say about this entire thing?
You know, Shreya, if you look at it, and we are giving our viewers a full vantage position from each point where the farmers, in terms of the women who are attached to the panchayats, are streaming in. There seems to be a sense of frustration and desperation that is set in where the farmers are concerned, where the wrestlers are concerned. And, you know, for a very long point, you really cannot blame the wrestlers, because for them, they are saying that they've sat here for 35 days. So they have their point of view. Of course, it's a big day wherein they're coming together to celebrate the proverbial symbol or the temple of democracy, the inauguration of the new parliament. But on the contrary, if you do look at what the wrestlers have been demanding, it's been 35 days. You know, if we are celebrating the spirit of India, and if we are celebrating democracy of everything that India stands for, its ethos, its fabric, then this fabric is woven by the likes of Sakshi Malik and Vinesh Fogart, Bajrang Punia. That is what the wrestlers insist. And for them, it really does seem that today was a day for them to push forward with what has been their now demands, which is across 35 days where they've been sitting in protest, Shreya. And they see this as an opportune moment to at least put the spotlight on their protest. Now, there are not just wrestlers who are protesting. They have been, a coordinate. This is what was to take place today, if our viewers can understand, was a coordinated pressure group which would have come together. We were expecting, right now, of course, 11 o'clock was the call where all of them started to move towards Jantar Mantar and from there towards the new parliament. But with what we've seen since yesterday, there's been detentions, of farm leaders, there's been detentions of women panchayat heads, there's been detentions of, other wrestlers as well who were looking to come in and join the protest. We've seen what has gone down on our borders. All borders where Delhi is concerned have been sealed. And sealed in effect of not just a bandobast, but concrete blocks have been put on the borders. Now, these optics as well are going out at a time where there would be a set which would say, why is it that the wrestlers would need to pick today, to push forward this Mahapanchayat and celebrate? For the wrestlers, their point of view is, listen, we've been 35 days, we won medals for you. We are, we've represented the country in Olympics in India. We've got you back Olympic medals there. So therefore, you haven't, listened to us for the last 35 days. They've been looking at an audience, hoping that they'd get an audience with, the WCD minister, Ms. Smriti Irani. They've written letters to all women ministers and leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party. So one can see that, a sense of deep frustration that is set in where the farmers are concerned. And, what is now going to happen is the big question. Because where you're standing, Shreya, is Jantar Mantar. All the borders leading to Jantar Mantar in the national capital are sealed. Sealed not just with a mild bandobast, but sealed with concrete blocks. There is heavy barricading. We are seeing these visuals of spikes. We are seeing these visuals of water cannons. We are seeing these visuals of cops who are bearing tear gas shells. So if there is a push forward by the protesting groups, we can expect a peace talk. Now, you see these rapid action force personnel also that has been deployed in, in massive, in terms of just the kind of presence that we see of the security on ground. But, Shreya, the fact is what to expect now is the big question. Will the wrestlers who are sitting there, we heard Sakshi Malik a short while ago where she said that a lot of these jathas basically are groups which are looking to join them, have been stopped or detained at the border. Now there is a cry for help from Delhi, all women of Delhi to come and march towards Jantar Mantar and, aid them in their protest. So, but it's a fortress. Delhi is a fortress. So clearly, the wrestlers have their hands behind their back. They are completely hemmed in where Jantar Mantar is concerned, where you are. Will they push forward? And if they push forward, what could be the result of that? One also needs to understand that now this movement, where the wrestlers are concerned, these are young girls. Bajrang Punya, these are all 25, 26, 28 year old. So they are taking advice from what every press conference we've seen where they say are elders. So who are their elders here? A lot of Khap panchayats have also come in at this point of time. You see a lot of farmers also joining in solidarity. That's why the visuals that you see are from a little Ambala. Those are the visuals where all the jantars or the blocks of protesters who are coming on mass towards Delhi to enter through the Singhu border. And Singhu border has been iconic in terms of protest where India is concerned, where the farm protest was concerned. And all of them have been stopped at various borders, be it Punjab, be it Delhi, be it Ghazipur. You had Piquet, who was one of the farm leaders during the farm protest. He's also joined in. They are saying that they are going to push forward from the Ghazipur border. But you heard the cops there, Shreya. The Delhi police is not going to take anything mildly.
Yeah.
They've said that they respect the farmers, but it's a big day in terms of the celebration of democracy. The wrestlers there, let's stop the wrestlers. It's a big day in terms of celebration of democracy, and they will do what it takes to safeguard law and order. The wrestlers, on their account, have made it very clear, Shreya, through and through, that they will not, try and do anything which is unlawful. But if they try to push forward, what results from that, you see a better judge because you're on vacation there.